Welcome into Live in the Bay, and thank you for spending your afternoon with us. I'm Jessica Wills.
And I'm Rachel Maurer. We have a very special show for you today, taking a look back at some of the incredible guests that have come through our studio.
Yes, from amazing philanthropists to some talented chefs, and of course, amazing artists. It's a joy to highlight the best of the best people in the Bay Area. And speaking of, we have had so many impressive kids on the show. Singer Aliana Yang was someone who blew us away.
She was so impressive, a 13-year-old professional vocalist who joined me on the couch to explain how she manages the performances across the world in some of the biggest venues. Tell me, when did this start, and when did you and your family realize, like, okay, we have something here, like, I'm actually good at this? How did it start?
Well, I went to go see a production of Aladdin when I was 4 years old, and I told my mom, like, oh, I really want to do this. So she signed me up. I started off with musical theater first, but then as I continued singing and taking vocal lessons, we realized I had more of a classical voice. So when I was 7, I started taking vocal lessons for classical, and then I'm here. So yeah, I've really been training over the years, and I feel like I've come pretty far.
You have, but I'll tell you right now. So technically in that video, that was like an opera, right? Okay, so do you often sing in different languages for that?
Yes.
Okay, and what's that like?
It's really fun. I love speaking different languages. I try to learn as many as I can. But yeah, I mean, I find a song that I love and that I want to start performing, and then I work on it with my vocal teacher and get proper like diction, make sure I'm pronouncing all the words correctly. But yeah, it's really fun to sing in other languages.
Wonderful, and it's very pretty sounding. How did you find a vocal teacher that was right for you? How do you pick the person?
Well, I usually ask for recommendations from other professional singers, and then I take a lesson, and if I feel like we fit well, then I continue the training.
Wonderful. So I want to talk about some of your favorite maybe career highlights or moments, accomplishments that you've had so far. What have been your top favorite moments?
Just in December of 2023, I went as a soloist with my church's choir, and we toured Italy. We went to Palestrina, Assisi, Rome, and Vatican City. One of the biggest highlights from that trip was performing at the St. Peter's Basilica on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and we got to sing with the Sistine Chapel Choir and the St. Peter's Basilica Choir.
Wow, it is so, so cool and so impressive.
Thank you.
I know that we've got your mom in the audience here today watching. So is your family ever able to come and see you sing? And what's that been like for you guys as a family to do that together?
It's been amazing. Yeah, my family's always there. They're always so supportive. I love them so much. Yeah. My mom, she's like my #1 fan. I love her. She's also my manager. She is my best friend too. So it's really awesome knowing that my family supports me and seeing them in the audience every time I perform.
So fun, and seeing them in the audience today as well. I want to talk about some of your training, your classical training. So where do you go to learn something like this?
Yes, so I train with the San Francisco Conservatory of Music and with the Juilliard School. I actually, this summer and last summer, I was accepted 2 years early into their vocal academy. And we got the amazing opportunity to train with the Marilla faculty, who work with SF Opera as well. And I also train with Juilliard for college courses. I actually applied for high school courses, but I got accepted to do college courses. And now this September, I'm starting adult classes. So.
Yay! Wow, so you're way past your age. You're really up there.
Thank you.
I would assume that you, throughout your career, this will continue. You'll get to meet a lot of cool people who maybe you look up to. Has there been anyone yet that you're like, I want to be like them in the future?
Definitely Sumi Jo. She's my #1 idol. I love her so much. And I actually got to meet her in 2022, I believe, or 2023. And she was so sweet. I love her so much. And she's so talented as well.
Wonderful. What do you hope people feel when they watch you sing?
I really hope that I can bring joy to people and make them smile and happy, especially if, they're having a hard time, because you never know what people are going through. But I definitely want to bring joy to the world.
So impressive. Aliana was on our show last year, and one of the things I love the most about our show is being able to see everyone's growth as they come back again, and the bigger gigs that they get, and just they continue to just wow us all. So I love it.
Yeah, and she's wise beyond her years in kindness and in skill, right?
Yeah.
Love to see it. To learn more about Aliana and to attend any future performances of hers, you can head to liveinthebay.tv.
And from one amazing young woman to another woman making a difference in her community. Sarai Espinosa Salamanca is an entrepreneur and activist for people of color and people in the undocumented community, especially students.
After experiencing her own troubles trying to get scholarships, she created the Dreamers Roadmap. It's an app aimed at helping undocumented students find scholarships and eliminate the barriers to their success.
Here's more from my conversation with Sarai. You are so impressive. The list of your accolades just goes on and on and on. And we are going to talk about your app. But I first want to learn a little bit more about you and your upbringing. So can you share just a little bit about how you grew up?
Sure, yeah. So I was born in Lázaro Cárdenas, Michoacán, Mexico. And I came with my family to the U.S. when I was 4 years old. My hometown, where I live now, actually was Redwood City at the time. And just moved back and forth from the Bay to L.A., so never left California. I'm a Cali girl. And I think for me, just grew a passion of education very quick. The youngest of 11.
Wow.
And kind of first in my family to have that opportunity of like a K through 12 education, which I think was the foundation to the passion for the love that I have for learning.
Yeah, and from there, what was your experience like? You continued your education, but what was your experience like going from high school to college?
It was actually very challenging. Yeah, so I think my whole life I knew that I was an immigrant. I didn't find out that I was an undocumented immigrant till my junior year of high school. When I was actually trying to apply for college, I applied for FAFSA like all my friends and realized that I was missing the Social Security part. So I called my mom in Mexico, who at the time had self-deported when I was 15. Hey, Emma, where's my phone? Where's my number? And I need it for this application. She's like, oh, well, you don't have one. So I go to my counselor, kind of explain the situation. I'm like, oh, I don't have it. What are my options? And she said, people like me don't go to college.
Wow.
Unfortunately, at that time, I didn't continue to ask for a second opinion or did my research. It just crushed me. And now, that I work in this field and I travel the country now sharing my story, it's very disheartening that I still have students come to me and tell me that they're telling them the same thing. So I think for us, our purpose with Dreamers Roadmap, right, is exactly that. Telling people that you can go to college, there is money for you, and don't let these naysayers like direct you or redirect you from whatever it is that you want to study.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you didn't listen to that voice and you continued on and you created the Dreamers Roadmap eventually. And this is just such an important topic for you and something you're so passionate about because you lived it and experienced it. So tell me about kicking this app off the ground and how it got started.
Yeah, so it actually started when I was in community college. Hence, like I thought I was the only person in the country who was undocumented. I started doing my own research, found out that there was about 94,000 students a year graduating who were undocumented, and I just couldn't fathom with the idea of like, how are we not educating these students? And what are the options, if any? So I started finding scholarships that were very difficult to find, but they were out there. What wasn't out there, though, was like one platform or one database where we can go and find them all in one place. So that is how the idea of Dreamers Roadmap comes about. It started off by a Google Sheet, actually, where I started posting all these scholarships, later converted into a mobile app when I entered the Voto Latino Innovators Challenge. I pitched my idea. I'm like, I have this Google Sheet. I want to convert it into an app. And instead of just focusing on scholarships in the Bay Area, I want it to go national. So I won first place in the country. I came home with $100,000 to launch my company.
So incredible. Wow. And what was that like in the beginning, launching that and getting that going? Take me through kind of that time.
Yeah.
You win this money and you're like, okay, we're going to do this. What was that like from that time winning the competition to actually launching that?
I think the first feeling was disbelief. I couldn't believe that I had actually won that much money. I had never had that much money in my life. So then coming back with that intention of like, let's use this to, and put it to, for good use, I think was the biggest, like, I think, source of joy for me. Because to your point, right, I had experienced this before, and if I could build a tool that would help somebody just like me not have to go through what I went through, that was the dream. Like, that's what I was hoping to achieve. But it was definitely hard. You know, I think being very young, I launched this when I was 25 years old, coming back, trying to find the engineers, trying to find the developers, have people take me seriously because I was a young Latina, which you don't really see in the tech space, and even more less, it's like people who have the funding to launch these companies. So I absolutely, I think, encountered a lot of obstacles, but looked past them, you know, kept asking for help, kept knocking on doors, because I had never launched a company before. So asking mentors on helping me build a financial model, a business model, how do I hire, how do I fire, just all of the logistics of running a company, which I'm still learning. You know, I've only had this company for 9 years, so I'm still in the process of learning on how to run a company, but I'm very excited that to this point we've helped about 35,000 students a year.
Yeah. Well, I'm just so like in awe of you and just so inspired by you. And I have to read a little bit of your accolades. You have been awarded with the White House Champion of Change. You were on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list. You were awarded the highest honor bestowed by the Mexican Consulate. You're continuing your education. You are in Stanford right now getting your master's degree. What words of advice do you have for anyone out there, you know, just pursuing their dreams and wanting to continue in education and just be the best that they could be?
I think it's just not giving up. Have that tenacity, have that grit, and know your why. Like, why are you doing this and who are you doing this?
So very cool. I know at least a few of us had tears in our eyes by the time she left and finished this interview, because she's just so determined to make a difference for herself, but also for so many people behind her.
Yes, I think that's the biggest part about her, is that she really wants to give back to others who may face this, and she really wants to take away the burden of them being able to achieve success. So just beyond impressive, and so happy that we got to have her here in studio. If you want to learn more about Sarai and the Dreamers Roadmap app, we have a link on our website. Head over to liveinthebay.tv. Still to come, the Broadway show Wicked started here on a San Francisco stage back in 2003. It's always a special run when the show makes its way back to where it all started, and we chatted with two of the stars about what it means to them to be a part of this iconic Broadway show.
And later, the Asian-inspired bakery serving up unique macaron flavors and custom creations. We explore all the wonderful baked delights from Always Yours Bakery. Stick with us. Live in the Bay. We'll be right back.
When you purchase new flooring from the floor store, you won't have to wait weeks or even months for your dream floor. Walk into the floor store and discover Northern California's largest selection of carpet, hardwood, tile, stone, and waterproof flooring in stock and ready to be installed in your home. Get your new floors now and skip the long wait. The Floor Store, your Bay Area Flooring Authority.
Our New Year's clearance sale ends Monday. Up to 50% off store-wide, 18 months free financing, and no sales tax.
Just like the hard work and effort I put into winning games, Bernardi Serrata put the same dedication into fighting for their client. If you're in need of an injury attorney, trust the dedicated team of Bernardi Serrata to be on your side.
When I look at all these success stories, I cannot help but think it all started by getting my high school diploma.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
Call that a plasma sword?
For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
The The Broadway sensation Wicked is always extra special when it makes its way back to San Francisco, to the city where it all began on a stage right here in 2003. Two stars of the show, Blake Hammond and Amy Garcia, joined us here in studio to chat about what it's like for them to play a part in this iconic Broadway show. So in 2003, Wicked started right here in San Francisco. How does it feel being back in the city where it all started?
It's kind of an honor to come back to where it all began.
Completely. You know? And the audiences here have been so loving, and they're so excited to see the show again and experience it again. So it's been nice to receive all that love.
Is there a different energy because you are right here back in San Francisco?
Well, every city we play has a different energy, as you can imagine, but there is something about being here that's very special. I think maybe because it started here.
Yeah.
But also you just have great audiences here in San Francisco. You always do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, I want to touch on your characters. Amy, tell me about your character that you play.
Well, I play Madame Morrible, and she's the head shistress of Shiz University. So she's sort of like, you know, I get little kids outside of the theater saying, "Oh, are you the principal?" Basically, that's what she is. Very driven, and I think that's all I'll say right now.
And what about you, Blake?
I play the Wizard of Oz, which is obviously an iconic character from another movie, another time, but it's wonderful to be play this role that no one knows who he really is, and he's just sort of a normal guy, turns out, but he's also, like Amy, there's some depth there that you have to come see the show to find out.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to keep everyone...
all the secrets.
You know, we can't give it all away
That's
right
correct.
here. Yeah. Well, this play has been around, this Broadway show has been around for so long, and it's really just, I feel like, grown its own, you know, magic over the years. What is it like for you guys being a part of this just epic theater show?
We've both done a lot of theater over the years, a lot of Broadway, a lot of tours, but we've never been in a show, either one of us, that the audience is already with you the moment it begins. The lights go down and they just scream. And so it's so fun to be part of something that you don't, the audience is so ready to receive. They're so excited about it. And that's a great experience as an actor because it just takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
They're gonna like, they like it already.
They love it already.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
you just get to have fun with
just
it.
go do your job, exactly.
Yeah. What was your first encounter with Wicked?
Oh, I saw it like 20 years ago on Broadway. I remember, and just being so blown away by the show and feeling like, whoa, this is such a huge machine. It's so, how are they doing all of this stuff on this tiny little stage? But so to be part of it, I don't know if for you, like for me, it sort of felt like when we were finally put into the show, it felt like jumping on a speeding train because it was something that already existed that we just had to figure out how we sort of fit into the whole world of it. But yeah.
And the fact that it like won the Tony for the costumes, it won the Tony for the set design, because it's just so magical to look at.
Yeah.
When we joined the show, Amy and I sat beside each other watching it the first night before we started rehearsals, and intermission came and like, that's gonna be us in 3 weeks. It was terrifying. It was also exciting and, you know, challenging.
Yeah, Blake, do you remember your first time that you saw it?
I do.
Your
I was
first
in
experience?
New York as well. I went to the Broadway show within the first year and saw the original Witches and Joel Grey. And I remember thinking, what a great part. I'm just too young. But who knew 20 years later it would still be going, you know what I mean? So now I'm the right age for it.
And even that, like the fact that 20 years is such a testament to the material and to the show and like and to the audiences who love it. It's like, I think that just to be able to still have a show that we saw so many years ago to be now a part of is really cool.
Yeah, and how do you prepare for these roles? You know, it's such an iconic show, we said time and time again, but I just think it's so special. And so going into that with something that already exists and just fans love so much, how do you prepare for a role like that?
It's challenging. One thing we both talk about, and with our associate director as well, not trying to replicate the person that's doing it now. That's not the idea. Like we watched the show that one time and then they said, don't go watch it anymore.
Don't ever watch it again. Yeah.
Because they wanted to make it our own. And so you approach it from a organic level. We rehearsed for 3.5 weeks, so we had a little time to build characters. But there's so much material already there, and it's historic. You sort of have to be true to that as well.
They were just so much fun. Even before you started the interview, they were so fun. And I was like, okay, you're making me want to go see the show because it just seems like a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. They were so fabulous here. Just high energy, good vibes.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I really loved about the interview was Blake saying that he saw the play, you know, almost 20 years ago, saw The Wizard and thought like, oh, this would be such a cool role to play, but I'm not of age. And now here we are way later and he gets to step into that role. I think that was so
into
cool.
existence.
Yes. All right, if you want to learn more about Wicked or other shows at Broadway, SF's Orpheum Theater, just head over to our website at liveinthebay.tv.
Coming up next, it's a celebration of California artisan cheese and cheesemakers. We highlight one of our favorite festivals where it's okay to be cheesy, the SF Cheese Fest.
Stay right there. Live in the Bay. We'll be right back.
When you walk into the floor store, you can feel confident the flooring you select will be in stock and ready for installation. We have Northern California's largest selection of carpet, hardwood, tile, stone, and waterproof flooring. No waiting weeks or even months for your flooring to be installed. Get your new floors now and skip the long wait. The Floor Store, your Bay Area flooring authority.
Our New Year's clearance sale ends Monday, up to 50% off store-wide, 18 months free financing and no sales tax.
Young Zoe was born to be a champion because even as a kid, she had a thirst for knowledge. Each evening, Zoe's late-night reading took her on a learning adventure. Today, Zoe applies her wealth of knowledge to all of her repair calls for service champions. Because of our well-trained technicians like Zoe, we can make the guarantee that we'll fix it right the first time or it's free. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
What does it take to win? For me, it takes discipline, dedication, hard work. Nothing is given, everything is earned. I put in the work, I give it my all, I am unstoppable. Bernardi Zarata, the official injury attorneys of the San Francisco 49ers. They always give it their best. If you're in need of an injury attorney, trust the dedicated team of Bernardi Zarata to be on your side.
I think the heater's broken.
I'll get my tools. Does your family suffer from fixititis syndrome?
Honey, is it working?
Relief is just a call away. Service Champions has been proven to effectively combat the symptoms of fixititis syndrome. Side effects may include delusions of grandeur and a comfortable home. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
I think the heater's broken.
I'll get my tools. Does your family suffer from fixititis syndrome?
Honey, is it working?
Relief is just a call away. Service Champions has been proven to effectively combat the symptoms of fixititis syndrome. Side effects may include delusions of grandeur and a comfortable home. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Is there anything better than over 75 varieties of California artisan cheeses in just one place? I think not.
I think not. The SF California Cheese Fest is an event that is looked forward to every year by many here in the Bay Area. And Luciana Villanueva joined us to talk about the festival and let us sample some of the best cheeses around. Take a look.
Well, we're so excited to get a little bit of a taste of it today. I told you you've got the best job in the world. This is pretty cool. So tell us a little bit about where you work and your job there.
I get to work at Gus's Community Market. Thank you for asking. And I serve as the cheese director, and it is one of the cheesiest jobs. We're a community market. We have 5 locations, and we're family owned and operated by the Vargas family. Rolling R, because they're so cool. Yeah.
Very nice.
So cool, so cool. Definitely one of the best jobs in the world. Well, we're gonna get through some tastings. You brought us some things to try, and I'm so excited to dive in.
Did.
So where should we start?
We are gonna start at the very beginning, and that would be mango habanero.
Okay.
Ooh, yum.
And so consequently, this is an award-winning.
Yes.
Thank you.
cheese. Every year they have an American Cheese Society conference and competition.
And are there different categories? What did it win
Yes.
for?
Best category for goat cheese.
Oh, cool.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
We cheers everything. Yeah. Okay.
What I love about this cheese, besides being award-winning, you can see it's a... Yes, I love that.
Wow.
Yes.
Good.
Isn't it? Okay. It's the perfect blend of texture. It's luscious in your mouth. It coats your mouth, and then
All
you've
of
got
these
the
things,
flavors.
yes. And it's like a little bit of spicy, but it's also sweet. It is so, so, so yummy.
Yeah, that was delicious.
So
Awesome.
good.
Awesome.
Okay, what else? You said that we should have a palate cleanser in between. Is that what this is now?
We are going to cleanse our palate, and the best way to do that is with bubbles.
Okay.
Okay. Wonderful.
And so this product is from Fever Tree. But don't worry, not only will we have non-alcoholic options, but we will also have wine options, Peroni beer options, Wayward spirits. So there will be plenty of opportunity to really play with your palate, learn what you like.
The palate is cleansed.
Yes.
We're
Right
ready for
on.
more cheese.
Now this one, again, award-winning. This is from Point Reyes, and also family owned and operated by the Giacomini family. Big Bob is the dad, started out in dairy, commodity milk, and then his 4 daughters came back and joined him to make this amazing, delicious cheese.
Wow.
Those are so good. So delicious.
This is cheese like you've never had before.
It's like cheese,
extra
but
creamy.
better.
Yeah, extra flavorful. Wow.
You really bring up a great point. This is an aged cheese. It's 12 months in aging, but still it's creamy. It's not hard and brittle and...
Right, that's so true. Yeah, it doesn't have that crystallization at all. It's super yummy, it's super smooth. A little bit about what else do we have here on the table today?
Oh my goodness. So we're showcasing the talent in the Bay Area in Northern California. The breadth, the depth, the passion of our cheesemakers is unbridled. Marin French is also going to be there, as well as Laura Chanel. We also have Mount Tam from Cowgirls. Cypress Grove will be there as well. And we'll have jams. We'll also have chocolate from Coco Tutti. We will also have honey. So,
yum.
As well as salumi. So, this is a real opportunity for everyone to go out and play with your palate.
We played with our palates already. It was so delicious. It was so good.
It really was. I was just saying, I feel like this is cheese, like, honestly, that you've never had anywhere else.
No,
it's definitely true.
It amazed me. So good.
Yeah, so good. If you want to learn more about the annual Cheese Fest, head over to liveinthebay.tv. When we come back, we're going to the apple farm. Gold Ridge Organic Farm shares all their unique apple products.
And we'll talk about how you can visit the farm for a tour, the best tour during apple season. Stay with us, Live in the Bay. We'll be right back.
When you purchase new flooring from the floor store, you won't have to wait weeks or even months for your dream floor. Walk into the floor store and discover Northern California's largest selection of carpet, hardwood, tile, stone, and waterproof flooring in stock and ready to be installed in your home. Get your new floors now and skip the long wait. The Floor Store, your Bay Area Flooring Authority.
Our New Year's clearance sale ends Monday, up to 50% off store-wide, 18 months free financing and no sales tax.
Just like the hard work and effort I put into winning games, Bernardi Serrata put the same dedication into fighting for their client. If you are in need of an injury attorney, trust the dedicated team of Bernardi Serrata to be on your side.
Young Zoe was born to be a champion because even as a kid, she had a thirst for knowledge. Each evening, Zoe's late-night reading took her on a learning adventure. Today, Zoe applies her wealth of knowledge to all of her repair calls for service champions. Because of our well-trained technicians like Zoe, we can make the guarantee that we'll fix it right the first time, or it's free. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS. Young Zoe was born to be a champion because even as a kid, she had a thirst for knowledge. Each evening, Zoe's late-night reading took her on a learning adventure. Today, Zoe applies her wealth of knowledge to all of her repair calls for service champions. Because of our well-trained technicians like Zoe, we can make the guarantee that we'll fix it right the first time, or it's free. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5CHAMPS.
Welcome back into Live in the Bay. I'm Jessica Wills.
And I'm Rachel Maurer. We have a special show today highlighting some of our favorite moments here on Live in the Bay. Still, so much more to come.
Yes, we are getting a taste of Always Yours Bakery, the macaroons that are as yummy as they are cute.
Plus, a musical performance you don't want to miss. We have Montgomery Station giving us a concert in just a bit.
Yeah, so let's jump right into it. One of our favorite treats lately came from Stephanie Klassen at Gold Ridge Organic Farms.
She brought an heirloom apple tasting for us and their signature apple syrup. Check it out.
So we're an organic farm, and we have about 88 acres in southwest Sebastopol, so just about less than an hour drive, so an easy day trip for anyone in the Bay Area. And we are going to be having our Heirloom Apple Festival this weekend.
Tell me about the festival and what everyone can expect.
Oh, so it's very family friendly. We'll be having orchard tours with our farmer. We'll have a kids tour of the orchard. We'll be having cheese and apple tastings. We'll be selling pizza from our wood-fired oven. Our farm shop will be open. You can go home with a whole lot of fresh apples, as well as some of our apple products. So it should be just a really fun, family-friendly event.
Wonderful. And so we want to talk about your Apple products in just a second, but this is kind of the kickoff, right, to the season of tours and tastings. Tell us about, other than the event coming up, what else people can expect.
Well, we just started something new, which is an heirloom apple tasting. So you can come up to our farm, and we offer, during the year, we offer olive oil tastings. So you can come and do an olive oil tasting, but right now, from basically end of August through the end of October, you can do an heirloom apple tasting. And you can come and try about 4 to 5 different kinds of apples with local cheeses, and then you can also taste some of our apple products, and you get a tour of the orchard.
Awesome. So fun. I was just going to ask, is that all part of the tour?
Yes,
so,
absolutely. We call it our ultimate heirloom apple tasting, and yeah, you get a lovely tour of the orchard, and you get to learn a little bit about how apples grow.
Wow. Yeah, that's a perfect fall event. I feel like as fall's kicking off, go to the apple orchard, do a little exploring and some tasting. So much fun. Well, I think we should dive in and do some tasting as well.
Great. This is so good, by the way.
Yeah, it's delicious. Oh my gosh, it's so crisp and just so delicious. So this
yummy.
was the cider.
Yeah, so that's our fresh apple cider. It's non-alcoholic. It's just fresh juice, and we'll have that for sale this weekend.
That'd be lovely. Yeah, check that out. It's so good.
Definitely. So, you know, we grow a lot of Honeycrisps and Fujis, but we also grow about 70 different kinds of heirloom varieties. So these are the varieties that you've probably never heard of, or that you maybe remember, or your mom's told you about. But these are sometimes they could be 100 years old, they could be 200 years old, they can be from the 1950s. They're just really unique, delicious apples, and as you can see, they are different colors. They are not all just a white apple with a red inside. So this is one of our favorites called the Pink Pearl. And this is the one right there in the front if you want to have a little taste.
We'll taste
and you can see that is a California apple.
I'm just going right in with my
Yeah, and that's our delicious apple syrup, which we call liquid apple pie.
Love it.
And this came from an apple breeder who had an orchard up in Humboldt County in the 1940s, and he was a pink apple guy.
Wow.
He loved pink apples.
Wait, what is this?
This is our apple syrup, our apple cider syrup.
So delicious.
Amazing. That's so good. Okay, what else do we have on the plate? And
so then we have apple pink sparkle. So another one that it has pink flesh.
I'm gonna use my fingers.
It's really tart.
I go for the toothpick. I'm like,
absolutely.
Let's pass it up here. Okay, fingers.
Amazing because they hold its color. So you can make applesauce with that. You can make a fresh apple tart, and it will stay pink.
Wow. And what's the difference between an heirloom apple? What is an heirloom apple?
You know, it has a very kind of loosey-goosey definition. We always say often that it's, you know, an apple that's been around for at least 50 years. Generally, it's something that comes from somebody's backyard, you know, was not bred specifically for the market.
Got it.
Some of them, you can have an heirloom apple that may be dated from the 1700s, the 1800s. People keep grafting off of that tree, so you get really the same apple that someone tried in, you know, in the 1800s.
Very cool.
Which is really fun.
You hear about an heirloom tomato.
Yeah,
I've never heard of an heirloom apple.
Right.
Yeah.
They're so pretty, just like an heirloom tomato.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Okay,
and then these are our Honeycrisps, which, you know, everybody knows about. Honeycrisps are pretty much dominated the market, but this is fresh off the tree. You really couldn't get this any fresher. It's fresh, organic. This is what it's supposed to taste like.
Good.
Again,
so delicious.
Yeah, best of the best here on our show. Those apples were like no other apples I've ever tasted.
We got so lucky. Yeah, the cheese and then the apples.
Yes.
You can even make a big meal out of the stuff that we're tasting on our show. It's so cool.
If you want to learn more about Gold Ridge Organic Farms or book a visit for your family, you can head over to liveinthebay.tv. Another favorite treat to come through our studio was a light, flaky, buttery croissant. But not just any croissant. Chef Sebastian Wiwa has garnered a following for his perfect croissants and innovative seasonal flavors as he introduces them at Astra Restaurant.
We chatted with Chef Sebastian about his croissants, paired with the Art of Tea experience and his career leading up to be one of the top pastry chefs at the St. Regis.
I start from the bottom, working with great chefs, and like anything that you put a lot of work into it, and with dedication, and you can succeed.
Yeah.
And now I'm working at the great St. Regis, San Francisco.
So impressive, and such an impressive place to work too. I'm sure you're really proud of yourself.
Yes,
that's awesome. We want to talk about the Art of Tea experience. What is this? What does it mean? And what does it taste like?
Yes, so the Art of Tea experience was born in the 19th centuries, but we take our own interpretation of the tea. And so we bring new flavors, new savory food, croissants to this art.
And with the tea experience, this is kind of the food tower that guests will get when they dine and enjoy the tea with these snacks. Can you talk us through kind of all the things that you have there?
Oh yes, for sure. So we have this is my favorite. This is the chocolate mousse with orange gelée inside, and the crust is hazelnut crust. Yes. So
Delicious.
we have the yuzu with lemon, and then the bottom part, it's gonna be the vanilla souffle.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing the shininess of the treats. So how do you get it so glassy and pretty like that? How did that happen?
Yeah, so we glaze it with this mirror glaze. So we pour the mirror glaze at the temperature, at the right temperature, when the dome is frozen, and so it creates this shininess.
Okay,
beautiful.
Nice.
All of it looks so delicious. And what about some of these bites down here?
Yeah, so we have the scones. This is orange scones. We use French butter. So the scones have a very intense flavor of butter. And then we have the profiterole. It has the salad inside. And then we have the croissant. We have the croustillant. And all of those little bites.
Yummy.
Yes.
Tiny little croissant. Looks so yummy. Now, what would you recommend we try? Jess and I have to taste. So which one should we taste?
Yeah, definitely you have to taste the matcha croissant and the chocolate and orange.
Okay. I'll take the matcha croissant.
Okay.
What do you think, Jess?
I'm going for the chocolate.
Okay. Oh, I love matcha. So what's this on the top here? Is that chocolate?
Oh, it's an edible chocolate.
Oh, fabulous.
Yes.
I love a chocolate
Okay, and while we try this, Chef, you're so known for your croissants. You've brought a couple right here. Tell me about your croissants and why you've become so famous for them.
Yes, so these croissants, we have it seasonally. We have this new one. It's I invented this like a couple months ago, and so we want to put it in the menu. It's made with apples, with almonds, and on top it has almond crust.
Wow.
Delicious. Okay.
Looks really good. This is so yummy.
I know. I'm like, where do we look
We
and
want
where
to
do we
keep
talk?
eating.
Because this is delicious. This smells so good. So this is the apple croissant, and then this one will be featured a little bit in the coming months as we get into the holidays, correct?
Yes, yes.
Tell me about that one.
Right after, right after in the holidays, it's gonna be featured the red berry croissants, and yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
If people want to come and taste these, tell us where you're located.
Yeah, so we are located inside the St. Regis. It's called the Astra Restaurant.
Wonderful.
And it's between Mission and 3rd.
Okay. And is there a special time that people can do the tea, or is that all day long?
So the tea we have from Thursday through Sunday from 2 to 4, but in the holidays we will have it every day.
Wonderful. And these look perfect for the holiday season.
Yes, I know.
So pretty.
So pretty. And I'm sure that the hotel's going to be so decked out during the holidays as well, so it'll be beautiful.
It was very cool how he had the red strips and the croissants, and they were just so yummy too.
Yeah, and everything was so pretty also.
Yes, he was so good at that.
If you want to learn more about Chef Sebastian Wiwa and his world-famous croissants, we have a link on our website. Just head over to liveinthebay.tv. When we come back, we're making macaroons.
Always Yours Bakery shows us how they use classic Asian flavors to create cute and delicious treats.
Live in the Bay will be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
When you walk into the floor store, you can feel confident the flooring you select will be in stock and ready for installation. We have Northern California's largest selection of carpet, hardwood, tile, stone, and waterproof flooring. No waiting weeks or even months for your flooring to be installed. Get your new floors now and skip the long wait. The Floor Store, your Bay Area flooring authority.
Our New Year's clearance sale ends Monday, up to 50% off store-wide, 18 months free financing and no sales tax.
I think the heater's broken.
I'll get my tools.
Does your family suffer from fixititis syndrome?
Honey, is it working?
Relief is just a call away. Service Champions has been proven to effectively combat the symptoms of fixititis syndrome. Side effects may include delusions of grandeur and a comfortable home. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
I think the heater's broken.
I'll get my tools.
Does your family suffer from fixititis syndrome?
Honey, is it working?
Relief is just a call away. Service Champions has been proven to effectively combat the symptoms of fixititis syndrome. Side effects may include delusions of grandeur and a comfortable home. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
I think the heater's broken.
I'll get my tools.
Does your family suffer from fixititis syndrome?
Honey, is it working?
Relief is just a call away. Service Champions has been proven to effectively combat the symptoms of fixititis syndrome. Side effects may include delusions of grandeur and a comfortable home. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Highlighting Asian flavors like white rabbit candy, black sesame, matcha, and more. Always Yours Bakery is a big hit. I loved tasting their delicious macarons and learning the story behind their bakery that started at home. Owner Natalie Wong gave me a little taste test.
So I started baking macarons in 2013, and I actually learned on YouTube. So I didn't go to pastry school or anything. I was just baking at home at my parents' house in Oakland, where my dad was helping me deliver orders, and my mom was helping me wash dishes.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I just posted on Instagram, and then a lot of people started following me and asking to order. So I was like, sure, why not? Why not do that? So I did that as a side hustle for 6 years. And then in 2019, I quit my job at a corporate place, and then I was able to do this full-time so I could pursue my passion and eventually open a bakery, and I opened it in 2021.
Okay, fabulous. So you've been doing this professionally, fully for a few years now.
Yeah, at least 5 years. Yeah.
So does it kind of feel like a fulfillment of like a dream for you? You're like, wow, I never imagined I'd do something so fun, I imagine, right?
Yeah, it's like a big accomplishment. I mean, it's a really hard thing to do, and I'm so happy that I did it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Dimitri, I want to talk to you for a second. Tell me about what you do at the bakery.
Yeah, so I'm one of the lead cake decorators. I'm the head baker. So we take in charge of a lot of the main bulk of the baking. And then, of course, our cakes, we're very happy to be a part of many of the celebrations in life that people have, from weddings to graduations to anniversaries. And so we're always excited when people choose us to make their cakes and their desserts.
Awesome. Did you make this cake right here with the beautiful decor?
So pretty.
Yes.
This is so in. What would you call this, like a vintage style cake?
Yeah, vintage heart cake. Yeah, this is very trendy and very demure, very mindful.
Yeah, very demure.
Yes.
We talked about that last week on the show. People are so into this kind of vintage cake right now. I tried to make one for my friend's birthday, and I did a massive fail. but
it's pretty hard.
It's the effort that counts, right? We have a project here, it looks like, on the table with the pandas. So can you tell me what we're going to be doing with them?
So we're gonna be decorating the pandas and make it look like this one right here.
Awesome. Okay.
And then we're gonna fill them with the black sesame buttercream.
Okay, perfect. Can you show me, let's start. Show me what to do here.
So you grab a macaron shell.
Okay.
Yep. And then you take the black icing, and then you're gonna make an eye in the center of the...
Oh, the outside of it.
Yeah, so this is like the panda markings.
Cute.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then you're gonna put a little nose like this, and then little mouth like that.
So it already came with the markings.
Yeah.
You helped me out a bit. Okay, can I give it a go? Let me try.
Go ahead.
Let's see how well I can do. So you did an eye.
Yep, an eye.
And then another eye. Yep. Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
I like how you both
still gonna taste good.
But I messed it up at the same time. Okay, so for the nose, you did like a...
It's like a little triangle.
Kind of a dot.
Oh, maybe a little lower, but...
It's a messed up panda bear.
Okay.
And that's
and
okay.
A little mouth
It'll
right there.
still taste delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the mouth. I see.
Yeah, it's like a 3.
Oh, well, yours is like a 3. Mine is like a, who knows
that
what.
still works. It's still cute.
I still know what it is.
Yeah, you still know what it is.
Okay, so...
And then we're going to do the little pink blush for the cheeks to make it cutesy and demure, you know?
It's so in, I'm telling you guys.
Let me just take that off right there, and then just make a little oval on each side of the eye.
Okay. Did you hear we had someone say that pandas were their favorite animal to see at the zoo?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so cute.
They're so cute.
They're just like, okay, here, I'm trying to show
Very
it.
nice.
I'm trying to show it as I do it, so I'm going to blame that. Yeah, it does look cute. It has a sweet little personality, I think.
It has little cheeks.
Okay, we've got pink.
And
okay,
then
what's
now
next?
we're going to fill the bottom.
The
so
best
you take
part.
the other shell.
Okay.
And then you're just gonna squeeze like a dollop like this much.
Okay. Wow, mine sure does look different from yours.
Oh yeah, yours is a little bit smaller. Sometimes that happens.
Oh no, I meant my decor.
Oh, I know, it's okay.
Okay, how much?
About that much. I like to do a lot of filling.
Okay, yeah.
We don't want to skimp on the
people what
customers.
they want.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we put some filling. And tell me again what this filling is. What's the taste?
Black sesame.
Rachel, you can add macaroon decorator to your resume.
Thanks, Jess. Yeah, I was trying to watch what she did, and you know, I'm never gonna measure up, but that's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the pros.
We
So
have the
so
pros
fun.
come do what they do, and we just like have some fun with it, you know?
Yeah, and they were so yummy. So to taste some of these treats for yourself, you can find more information about Always Yours Bakery. That's on our website, liveinthebay.tv.
After the break, the beautiful Mexican dance with a long history.
We meet folklorico dancers and see a live performance in our studio.
When you purchase new flooring from the floor store, you won't have to wait weeks or even months for your dream floor. Walk into the floor store and discover Northern California's largest selection of carpet, hardwood, tile, stone, and waterproof flooring in stock and ready to be installed in your home. Get your new floors now and skip the long wait. The Floor Store, your Bay Area flooring authority.
Our New Year's clearance sale ends Monday, up to 50% off store-wide, 18 months free financing and no sales tax.
I think the heater's broken.
I'll get my tools.
Does your family suffer from fixititis syndrome?
Honey, is it working?
Relief is just a call away. Service Champions has been proven to effectively combat the symptoms of fixititis syndrome. Side effects may include delusions of grandeur and a comfortable home. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS. Young Zoe was born to be a champion because even as a kid, she had a thirst for knowledge. Each evening, Zoe's late-night reading took her on a learning adventure. Today, Zoe applies her wealth of knowledge to all of her repair calls for Service Champions. Because of our well-trained technicians like Zoe, we can make the guarantee that we'll fix it right the first time or it's free. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
I think the heater's broken.
I'll get my tools.
Does your family suffer from fixititis syndrome?
Honey, is it working?
Relief is just a call away. Service Champions has been proven to effectively combat the symptoms of fixititis syndrome. Side effects may include delusions of grandeur and a comfortable home. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Being a Hall of Fame football player isn't just about making catches and scoring touchdowns. It's about commitment to a team on and off the field. That's why you can trust the team of Bernardi Zarata, the official injury attorneys of the San Francisco 49ers. Just like the hard work and effort I put into winning games, they put the same dedication into fighting for their client. If you're in need of an injury attorney, trust the dedicated team of Bernardi Zarata to be on your side.
They have a passion for sharing Mexican culture through dance. Ballet Folclórico de Carlos Moreno joined us, and we learned Carlos's story.
We also got to see a traditional Mexican folklorico dance and learn how it's been passed down through generations. Here's Carlos Moreno and his daughter Ariela. But first, I want to chat with you guys about what Ballet Folclórico even is. What is it?
Yeah, well, the Ballet Folclórico Mexicano, what we do is we teach the dances, traditional dances from Mexico, and it's actually something that my father started back in 1967, Carlos Moreno Samaniego, and I was born here and was born into it, and you know, as a Mexican American, it just gave me the opportunity to learn and appreciate about my ancestors, and as I grew older into it, enjoyed the dancing, and felt that I needed to continue the legacy and to teach and to make sure that our community can learn and appreciate the wonderful traditions of Mexico with their music and dance. Yeah.
Wonderful. And then now you're passing it down between the two of you, right?
Yeah, like me, she was born into it, so and she's definitely enjoys it for sure.
Wonderful. I want to ask you now, what do you think of it, and how fun has it been to learn for you?
Well, this has just been my whole life, and I was, like he said, I was born into it, and it's something that I wake up to every morning, and I'm like, I can't wait to get to practice later and to be with my friends who have become my closest family, and just being able to share my culture, which is very important to me, with everyone else through dance, and dance is like my favorite thing in the world. It's just amazing.
Yes, awesome. So exciting for both of you, and for it to be a tradition is just so cool in your family. We want to talk a little bit about how Dia de los Muertos is involved in this. So what is the connection there, and tell us a little bit about why that matters.
Well, in Mexico, throughout Mexico, the music and dancing and the cuisines, and it's so important. It's part of just bringing the families and the community together. So specifically for Dia de Muertos, it's such a major celebration in Mexico. And what we've done is we've taken a lot of the essential elements of this celebration and brought it onto the stage. With the dancing, highlighting different dances for different regions in Mexico, and then also touching on some of the mythology and some of the beliefs that people share and experience of life after death, in a very fun way, fun and festive, and just great for the whole family.
Wonderful. Yeah, I wanted to...
Rachel, I love to see the younger generation just embracing their culture like that, and just the way she was moving, the dresses is so beautiful.
Yeah, it was so pretty. And father and daughter, so fun to have them in. To learn more about Ballet Folklorico de Carlos Moreno, head to liveinthebay.tv.
Stay right there. We're heading to a short break, but then Live in the Bay is coming right back.
When you walk into the floor store, you can feel confident the flooring you select will be in stock and ready for installation. We have Northern California's largest selection of carpet, hardwood, tile, stone, and waterproof flooring. No waiting weeks or even months for your flooring to be installed. Get your new floors now and skip the long wait. The Floor Store, your Bay Area flooring authority.
Our New Year's clearance sale ends Monday, up to 50% off store-wide, 18 months free financing and no sales tax.
Young Zoe was born to be a champion because even as a kid, she had a thirst for knowledge. Each evening, Zoe's late-night reading took her on a learning adventure. Today, Zoe applies her wealth of knowledge to all of her repair calls for service champions. Because of our well-trained technicians like Zoe, we can make the guarantee that we'll fix it right the first time or it's free. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
I think the heater's broken.
I'll get my tools.
Does your family suffer from fixititis syndrome?
Honey, is it working?
Relief is just a call away. Service Champions has been proven to effectively combat the symptoms of fixititis syndrome. Side effects may include delusions of grandeur and a comfortable home. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
I think the heater's broken.
I'll get my tools.
Does your family suffer from fixititis syndrome?
Honey, is it working?
Relief is just a call away. Service Champions has been proven to effectively combat the symptoms of fixititis syndrome. Side effects may include delusions of grandeur and a comfortable home. Service Champions is now offering a $68 furnace tune-up. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Well, that does it for us today. You can find all of the full interviews from today's show on our website at liveinthebay.tv.
Have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.